by this. We don't want this to happen to any of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Ito ang Wow Trending. Matapos mag-viral ang video ng isang dating pulis na nagkasanang baril sa isang siklista, sunod-sunod na ang kamalasan na inabot ni dating PO1 Wilfredo Gonzales dahil ang natanggap niyang retirement pay pinasa sa uli na ni Senador Francis Tolentino. Sinusuportahan din ito ng iba pang mga kongresista at isa na dito si Congressman Dan Fernandez. Sinampahan na din ng reklamo ni Attorney Raymond Fortun ang tatlong pulis ng QCPD Traffic Sector ng Kamuning. Ito ay kaugnay sa insidenteng kinasasangkutan ni Gonzales at ng siklista. Sa interview ni Katunying kay Gonzales, ito ang mga binitawan niyang salita.
Kung kayo po sinunggaban, puputukan niyo ba?
Puputukan ko po. Hindi po ako magdadalawang isip.
Nang makaharap naman ni Congressman Acop ang pulis na nag-absuelto kay Gonzales at ang masaklap pa, ang siklista pa daw ang pinagbayad ng 500 pesos dahil nagasgasan daw ang sasakyan ni Gonzales.
With his possession of a valid LTOP and PTC4, I would submit to the examination of the authorities that he had passed the requirements, the documentary requirements to be able to
Next
own and possess
question,
this
General
firearm.
Torre. Do you recommend the revocation or cancellation of the LTOF or the license to own a gun with regard to this Willie Gonzales?
Sir, we actually did recommend to General Kenneth Lucas of the FEO. I personally called him for the revocation of the LTOP, sir.
Okay. You recommended for the revocation of the LTOF of this Willie Gonzales. What is your ground?
Obviously, sir, what he did based on the video is a blatant violation of the requirement, the conditions set forth to all gun holders that it shall only be used for legal purposes. I don't see a legal ground for him to draw his firearm in that situation, sir.
So, may tupak si Willie Gonzales psychologically.
Based on the video, sir, I can say, sir, that he is really out of line
Okay. Thank
at
you,
that moment.
General Torre. Hopefully, the PNP can recommend this committee for crafting or amending the existing laws. Huwag nyo kaming bigyan dito ng kaso-kaso lang. Kasi yung kaso-kaso, alam nyo naman, ang penalty ng grave threat, ang penalty ng reckless imprudence, mababa yan. Arresto mayor, I think that's 30 days and 1 day to 30 days and 1 day to 6 months. Ibig sabihin, subject yan sa mandatory conciliation. Lupong tagapagmayapa, idaan mo pa yan sa barangay. Oh, so talagang mahirap yan. So titingnan natin kung may kaso-kaso dyan, probably they will scot-free again and again.
Yes, sir.
So ang
Agree, sir.
gagawin natin dito, you make recommendations, study any for future purposes, recommendations kung ano ang karapat-dapat nating gawin sa problema na ganito. One, yung road rage na yan. Yung may dalang barel, hindi lalabas ng barel kagaya ni Willie Gonzales kung hindi siya psychologically, wala siyang problema psychologically. May problema ang taong iyan.
Agree, sir.
Sigurado tayo dyan. Now, if the penalty is very low, still, madami pa rin kagaya ni Willie Gonzales na gagawa ng road rage incident na ganyan. So, taking a clue from our Chairman Fernandez, I think you have to submit, including the NAPOLCOM, for the amendments of the existing law, or if there is a need to craft another law, then you suggest. Kasi kayo naman ang may date, may datos kung ano ang nangyayari sa lugar o area of jurisdiction ninyo. Ilang road rage incident ang nangyayari araw-araw. Kasi kung wala si vlogger, sino ba yung vlogger nito? Yung vlogger, kung wala siya, wala din ito. walang dadampot sa problemang ito because this is usual and this is a normal case in the Philippine streets. Nang nangyari lang, nadampot ng isang vlogger, naging viral, kaya nagiging subject for NAW legislation, naging subject ng committee na ito. So in the near future, Sir General Torre, hopefully you cannot commit the same lapse again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Agree, sir.
Thank you very much. At one question, Attorney Fortune, you are representing for whom?
I don't represent anybody. Actually, I'm doing this as a private citizen. Wala po akong kikitain
So
dito.
you are not representing Willie Gonzalez?
He has refused my representation even up today, Mr. Chairman.
Gonzales, but Tanan.
Hindi, Bandiola.
Bandiola,
No.
yes.
I have reached out to him so many times. I've offered my services for free. I even said that kung meron ako makukuhang attorney's fees dito, bibigay ko sa kanya.
Natatakot si Bandiola? Anong tingin mo? Bakit the services like the legal services of Fortune, dinideny niya?
Nalulungkot po ako. Hindi ko siguro ako magaling na abogado.
Baka gusto niya yung ibang lawyers na at any rate. So I was thinking that you are representing Willie Gonzalez. It's the other way around.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. I actually represent the cycling community. As the moderator of the Pinoy Road Bikers, it is the largest cycling forum in the Philippines with 86,600 plus members. And
So-
we are all outraged by this. We don't want this to happen to any of us.
Yeah, exactly. Kahit naman tayo, galit tayo dyan kasi it is not a common incident, but it is a psychological problem of drivers committing this road rage problem na ganyan, ano tawag niyan. At
That's
any
correct.
rate, Mr. Fortune, Attorney Fortune,
Yes, Mr.
when
Chair.
your manifestation or your statement just earlier, you mentioned about crafting laws
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
and at any rate, in any manner, amending existing laws.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, sinabi mo kanina you are willing to work with Bandiola pro bono.
Definitely, Mr. Chairman.
Can you work with us pro bono
Yes, Mr.
in
Chairman.
crafting new laws
I
and
will
at the
help
same
you,
time?
Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I'll contact with you, Attorney Fortune.
Thank you. I will expect it, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you so much, Attorney Fortune. Would you agree with me? Ano? Kasi yung anak ko, si board member Dancel Fernandez, cyclist din siya, member din siya ng organization. And basically, siya yung nagsabi sa akin ng issue na yan. And when he mentioned me about this issue, I was a bit aghast, ano? Ano to? Ba't na mayroong ganito? So I was able to watch the video. And considering the outcome of all the thing that has transpired, would you consider this as a people's victory? Kasi we can say that after all the comments and the outbursts of the damdamin of feeling of all this citizenry, we were able to revoke the LTO. We were able to yung car registration, it was suspended, I think. And at the same time, kaya na nga, si General Torre, who happens and unfortunately, nangyari yung incident yon, he resigned from his position. And the action that was taken by you with this video trigger all of these things. So can you somehow state this on this committee that it is a people's victory dahil nga yung participation nila do sa governance ng ating gobyerno ay kitang-kita natin yung kanilang partisipasyon.
Mr. Chairman, I recognize really the efforts made by the people to bring this matter to the attention of all the authorities. In a way, the people's participation were very instrumental for us to be here right now. But I cannot consider it as a victory. Parang second quarter lang No, sa basketball po, fourth quarter, doon malalaman natin kung sino yung na doon mas maraming punto sa dulo, sila yung panalo. Wag na po natin isipin yung Philippines versus Angola. No, in all sincerity, this thing happened because there appears to be a failure on the part of existing laws to protect the citizenry. If people with guns who are not deserving to handle guns are allowed, then this thing will be repeated.
Yeah.
Now, secondly is that especially the community that is most vulnerable, cyclists, helmet lang po talaga yung meron kami. Motorcyclists, at least, no, they have their jackets.
Yeah.
Somehow there's some protection somewhere. Other motorists, they have their own vehicles, no? So somehow they can still go away. But cyclists, you can already see, sinagi lang ng konti, nahinto na siya. And then kinalad ka na yung bisikleta niya. We'd like, and I honestly plead to this committee and to the entire body of the House of Representatives to consider the creation of a new law which would protect cyclists. I actually had been proposing that for a Magna Carta for cyclists for a long time. We can set it up already. I make it a rule about those lights in front and at the back, or maybe reflectors. There's no law like that right now. How about a law mandating putting helmets on? How about a law which now gives incentives to businesses to provide shower facilities so that people would be more encouraged to use their bicycles in going to work and going home? Because this would be helpful to decongest our streets as well. This is going to be very, very helpful. How about laws in order to give discounts to owners or those suppliers of bicycle parts? Because one of the problems of our citizenry is that the price of bicycle parts are so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, and we can't help it because I think the tax for bicycle parts is at 30%. It should be lower than that so that our citizenry would be able to purchase the parts at a cheaper price and they would be more encouraged to ride their bicycle. So, on several fronts. Lastly, Mr. Chairman, people will be more encouraged to ride their bicycles if they feel safe.
Yeah. And
That includes also the infrastructure involved,
yeah.
which
correct.
means the bicycle lanes themselves have to be well maintained, properly lit. No, wag na po yung cat eye, no? Hindi na well, pwede na din, no, especially at night. But there are so many laws that can be created and crafted for the benefit of cyclists, no? And also those companies who encourage their employees to report to work using bicycles. Tax incentives, exemptions. Employees who go to work are given an additional exemption. I think there's so many laws and there are none right now. I submit, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you, with regards to the new law that will be created regarding the protection of our cyclists. Alam natin na talagang wala pa tayong laws that govern our cyclists. But there are certain laws already that are existing. And I think one of the problems of the laws that we have is the implementation. Would you agree with that? That somehow nagkaroon ng failure do sa implementation that we have already been implementing. At siguro nga I think nga katulad itong Republic Act 3815 na kay-increase lang natin yung penalty. But still nangyayari yung gatong mga klase ng crime. And siguro it's high time that we need to see also the betterment of our cyclists considering that it is the cheapest form of transportation,
Sure.
ng ating pong mga kababayan. At it's high time also to discuss this in Congress. And I believe Senator Pia Cayetano ay meron siyang bill regarding this. And I don't know yet in the House of Representatives. Siguro we'll be trying to find out and join the good senator to craft that bill as well here in the House of Representatives. So yun lang siguro any other